share of ethnic minority children in state-funded schools is now about 1/3. In 20 years from now, on reasonable assumptions, they could well become the majority in our schools. Meanwhile,
Hello everybody, news has just broken. The Chancellor, Kwasi Kwarteng, has been sacked. He's the second shortest serving Chancellor in the United Kingdom in history. The shortest Chancellor was someone from the 1970. He only lasted 30 days, but that's because unfortunately he died after being given the job. So it's official. Kwasi Kwarteng is the worst Chancellor this nation has ever had. But Liz Truss, now in the leadership campaign, she was promising tax cuts. One of the big things of her campaign was to cut corporation tax. It was planned to go up to 25% in April. That was a policy set out by the former Prime Minister, Boris Johnson. She promised to scrap that and reduce it or keep it at, I don't know if it's reducing it or keeping it at 19%, but that was one of her big promises. It was a policy under Boris Johnson's premiership, actually, but it was Rishi Sunak's policy, I think, because he was the Chancellor, yes. So it was Rishi Sunak's policy, who, of course, was the he was the opposing candidate in the leadership election. Now, Liz Truss, you know, when she was going to get elected, she was trying to she thinks that she's some sort of Maggie Thatcher. She portrays herself to be the next Maggie Thatcher. She always said there'll be tough decisions that people won't like, but I'm not going to do any U-turns. And all we've seen since she's become Prime Minister is U-turn after U-turn, because now she is saying that she is scrapping this policy of cutting or keeping corporation tax at 19%, and as planned when Rishi Sunak was Chancellor, the plan is now to raise it to 25%, like it always was going to be under Boris Johnson's premiership in April. So that's another U-turn from Liz Truss. This woman is weak. She's not fit for leadership. And to be honest, she's probably thrown this Kwasi Kwarteng under the bus, because if you're the leader, if you're the Prime Minister and your Chancellor produces a mini budget, and you should know if it's going to backfire, because you're the leader. You can't just throw all the blame on him, Liz. But the result it's had on the economy, it's a lot of that, the fall of the pound, the majority of that was the bankers. Now, the bankers should have shown more loyalty, because I think Liz Truss actually said that she was cutting the red tape that puts the cuts on how much bonuses they can give to each other. So, I mean, these two policies, cutting corporation tax for the rich and removing any red tape for bankers to have a set limit where they can't go over when it comes to giving out bonuses. That was the bankers' dream, really, the bonuses. But we know, or some of us know, the majority should soon know that this country, it's run by the globalist elite, the City of London, the bankers, the globalists supporting mainstream media. They've caused all this, and it's worked. It has worked, but it wouldn't have worked if like her all over. But Maggie Thatcher didn't do U-turns. Maggie Thatcher was a strong leader, and it wouldn't have worked under Maggie Thatcher's leadership. But clearly, Liz Truss is not in the same spectrum as Maggie Thatcher, like she keeps trying to portray that she is. So it is quite clear that democracy is just an illusion, because it isn't democratic at all. The leader can't lead. The leader doesn't control. The leader's powerless. If the globalist elite, the City of London, the globalist mainstream media, and the bankers, they have the power, and yeah, if they go against the leader is powerless. They can't do anything. I mean, Rishi Sunak, it's interesting that these policies, these U-turns, she's doing basically what Rishi Sunak said he was going to say. Now, why would the mainstream media, the City of London, and the bankers be upset? Because believe me, they would have been fuming. They was wanting, the mainstream media's obsessed with the anti-white agenda and diversity, etc., and they would have loved having the first non-white Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. So they're very, very annoyed that Rishi Sunak didn't get elected. The globalist and the bankers, the globalist elite and the bankers, well, Rishi Sunak is a very rich man. He is part of the globalist elite. He's one of the poster boys for Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum, and he's married to a very, very, very rich woman. She's surely in at high level with the globalist clique. Yes, Rishi Sunak's wife will definitely be at the top table of this globalist cult that wants to destroy the Western world. Now, we've heard a lot recently. I mean, the portrayed far right have taken power in Italy and Sweden. And yeah, that's quite remarkable, really. Sweden, the Swedish Democrats, I think they're the second largest party, but on the right-wing bloc, they've taken power in Sweden, and that's very, very good news for the Swedes, definitely. Italy was a bit more than a marginal win. Italy, the left-wing cabal, the mainstream media, have been having a frenzy over what's happened in Italy. Now, unfortunately, I don't think it's possible in this country because the globalist elite, the City of London, the City of London's basically one of the top three hubs where the globalist operation, the bankers, it's the financial capital of Europe. I don't think they'll ever allow that to happen in this country, no matter if the majority of people vote for it. I think they wasn't expecting Brexit, but since Brexit, the people voted for Brexit, they're definitely going to not allow it to happen again in this country. So well, I mean, the other thing about Liz Truss too, Suella Braverman, I didn't know much about her before the leadership election. I was a bit annoyed that Steve Baker didn't stand in the election for leadership and said he was supporting Suella Braverman. I'm like, who the hell is Suella Braverman? But we now know a lot about Suella Braverman. Liz Truss, this is another U-turn by Liz Truss. Liz Truss gave Suella Braverman the job of Home Secretary because pretty useless Patel has done nothing. She's done the opposite of what she's been saying. Priti Patel should have been sacked a long time ago. That was one of the main things which led to Boris Johnson losing his job. But Suella Braverman, she's saying the right things. She said rather recently that her dream is to have every illegal immigrant or economic migrant sent to Rwanda on a boat. And yeah, James O'Brien wasn't too happy about that. He was going off. He was having a frenzy on LBC. That was really entertaining to listen to. So well done to Suella Braverman. She's saying the right things. She also said that she wants British boots in France to control the migrants coming over the channel. She's basically said the French can't be trusted, which I agree with, because the French authorities, we've seen videos, they help them, they push these dinghies out, they don't want them there, of course. So, yes, and so she's the Home Secretary. Now, Liz Truss removed Suella Braverman from the immigration reform planning. So how can you have your Home Secretary, who's the top table of immigration reform, not involved with immigration planning? Liz Truss is going against Suella Braverman because Liz Truss, of course, has said that one of her other policies is to relax visa. She wants to relax the visas. The visa red tape that's come out because we've left the European Union, which is a good thing. And the visas that was put in place, Liz Truss wants to remove, she wants to relax them heavily, and she wants to bring in a load more of legal immigrants, not illegal, legal immigrants. She wants to bring in a load more legal immigrants, and we're already having far too many under this government. Then we have the countless numbers of illegal economic migrants that come over the channel every single day, costing the taxpayer over £5 million every single day, because they're put up in hotels. They're a complete strain on this country. They're a cost to us, for taxpayers. This should not be a dumping ground for the third world, but it is. And it's happening under this government. So Liz Truss really should be, she's give Suella Braverman the job of Home Secretary. She clearly doesn't agree with Suella Braverman, because she's going against her. She's like, no, stop going on about dreaming about sending illegal immigrants to Rwanda. I want to bring more immigrants into this country. So, yeah. Never trust a Tory, and never trust the opposition either, because all the things people are annoyed about with the Tory government, the Labour opposition, Keir Starmer, he's not actually coming up with any solutions. He's just staying quiet because the Tories are digging their own grave. But the polls are saying, I think it's like a 30 points lead. It varies every day, but it's around about a 30-point lead that Labour's got in the polls. So I'm scratching my head thinking, a lot of the people who are annoyed, the majority of the people who are annoyed with the Tories will be annoyed about them not controlling our borders like they should be doing, and like what was promised when the people voted for Brexit. So they're turning to Labour, who openly say that they want more diversity, more immigrants, everybody who's white is evil. And then recently in Sheffield, they said we're going to have an all-woman candidate list for the parliamentary candidate for Sheffield Central. They said we want an all-woman shortlist. Eddie Izzard identified himself as a Mr. or a Mrs. It changes every single day. He decided to identify himself as a woman, dress as a woman, and he was selected as the parliamentary candidate for Sheffield Central, a man dressed as a woman. I'm not happy at all about what's happening in this country, but I can't help but laugh. And yeah, the positive side to it is, long may they continue in this fashion, because the longer they do this, the more and more and more sheep who aren't awake will slowly awaken to the truth. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching this video, and keep updated with the channel. I'll be posting more to come.
The share of ethnic minority children in state-funded schools is now about 1/3. In 20 years from now, on reasonable assumptions, they could well become the majority in our schools. Meanwhile,